Help me out. They're like a sign of what our people did back in the day when they was going off against the Lord. So the same friction you get from the black woman, Latino woman, Native American woman, it's the same friction that Jake was given to the Lord when the prophets came and prophesied and told him to come back to the Lord. But they didn't want to hear it.
The daughters of the Philistines, which are ashamed of the due way.
Yeah.
Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians, because thou hast unsaddable, yea, thou hast also played the harlot with them, and yet could have not be satisfied. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornications in the land of the Canaanites unto Chaldea, and yet thou was not satisfied therewith. How weak is thy heart, saith the Lord power, seeing thou doest not these things, and work of an imperjurious, whorish woman.
Yeah, like a prostitute, when she out here working, which really these women of America, all right, you shouldn't be looking down on no prostitute, man. All right?
This is the realest woman.
Because she real. Why is that? Because she know what she doing. She at least getting something out of it. Because what's the difference between a prostitute and these women that look down on prostitute? The end result is the same. They only deal with the guy that's dishing out the most. If he dish out the most, then they'll give him what that guy want. It's a fact, man. Because this world with women, it operates off of two things, power and pipe. Whoever has power, they're going to be piping. Say I'm lying. It's a fact, man. So if you don't have so-called power, i.e. money, because there's different forms of power. You got people that got smarts, that's a form of power. Okay, you got people that's able to make stuff, be creative, that's a form of power. But that's not respected. So-called money's respected. So whoever has the most money, chances are they're going to be pulling the most women. And they're going to be piping. So these women out here that be prostituting, because that's going to increase here in America, all right, because of the financial woes, they're going to be making money, man. But they be smart with it. Keep reading.
And that thou buildest thy impotent places in the head of every way, and maketh thy high place in every street. And thou hast been as a harlot, and in thy scorner hired, but as a wife that committeth adultery. He that taketh strangers instead of her husband.
Yeah, and that's our people, man. All right, going back to when they worship other gods, even to this day. The Negro, Latino, Native American man, all right, they ain't supposed to be in them churches, man. They ain't supposed to be all in the Islamic and black consciousness and all this other madness that these simple-minded Negroes be getting into. Or them powwow drumming Native Americans that be on the reservation talking about some motherfucking two-spirits and eagles and totem poles and all that stuff. Wonka Tonka, they going off, man. All right? And you Latinos, you going off too, worshiping Cedric Brochure, praying to Princess Guadalupe and Mother Mary, Saint Death, Saint Voodoo, and all this other madness, man. They make up saints, okay? That's how they committing adultery against the Lord, man, because they join unto him.
They give gifts to whores.
That's them tithing. You seen that with that example with that sodomite, Eddie Long, king of the sodomites at New Birth, all right? When he so-called defeated the case, right, which was a settlement, he paid them niggas off. What happened? There was a bunch of nigga women come up there dropping stacks. Now, I don't know where they getting stacks like that, but they threw stacks of money at this nigga's feet, man. And he ain't teaching them not one thing about the truth, man. Because he's a false prophet. He's set up, he's a hireling.
But thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers.
To all thy lovers. So our people, they go all out for these heathen gods, these idols, Like old buddy that was up here, he probably gonna spend his last little money that he probably need to use for something, like get some food or something. He gonna spend it at that church, man. Listening to Pastor Pork Chop that been teaching him nothing but lies, and that end up making him look like a damn fool up here, man. Simple ass nigga, man. And it's the same with our women. It's the same with your women. Alright, you Negro, Latino, Native American, man. You give all your stuff, you buy all these precious things for your woman, and what's she gonna do? She gonna enjoy that shit with some other nigga, man. And have you looking stupid.
And hire them that they may come unto thee on every side for whoredom.
Yeah.
And the contrary is in thee from every woman in thy whoredoms, whereas none follow thee to commit whoredoms.
And the Jake woman, she be like the biggest whore at the party, man. And try to encourage other women into being whores, man. Not saying that the white woman, she's the biggest whore, but she at least try to keep that shit kind of low. Jake go all out with it. Being the top whores on the planet. That's why nobody don't want to deal with the black, Latino, and Native American woman, only if they freaking off with them. They don't want to marry them, because they know what they do.
And no reward is given unto thee.
Yeah.
Therefore thou art contrary.
Yeah, like we said, these prostitutes out here, they will get more respect because they doing it for a reason. It's a cause for what they doing. Alright? If they sleeping around with a bunch of dudes, they getting some money off of them. Or they getting something that they need. The Negro, Latino, Native American woman, they'll sleep around with a bunch of dudes for free. While the nigga that's paying and that's investing the most, he ain't gonna get nothing. It was the same way with the Lord. With the children of Israel. The Lord gave Israel everything, man. Everything. And they just, man, they shitted on them, man. That's why 2/3 gonna have to die in this time, man. Because the Lord's still having mercy with Jake. Yes. He's still pleading with him because he loves Israel that much. But 2/3 of these rock-headed, granite, adamant skulled niggas, Latinos and Native Americans, they're not gonna come back to the Lord. So he gonna have to destroy them, man. Fucking niggas, man.
Therefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Lord.
Yeah, so that dude's a harlot, man. He's a harlot, cause he go to these harlot churches and deal with them so-called it's demons in there, man. Alright? And besides dealing with the Lord. He came up here, the Lord, we was having mercy on the dude, we dealt with him forever, and he just rejected it.
Thus said the Lord power.
Yep.
Because thy filthiness was polluted and poured out, and thy nakedness discovered through thy whoredoms with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations by the blood of thy children. Yeah, so all them abortions that the Negro, Latino, and Native American committed, their ass is gonna get it for it. You simple-minded Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that still perceive and worshiping Caucasian Jesus, which that's not even Jesus, that's not even biblical. Alright, you worshiping Mother Mary, Princess Guadalupe, celebrating these pagan holidays. And you niggas that keep what's the word? Not taking this truth serious, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Read that verse again. Thus, verse 36, thus said the Lord power, behold, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered throughout the whoredoms with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of thy children, which thou didst give unto them. Behold, therefore I will gather all thy lovers with whom thou hast taken pleasure, and with all them that thou hast loved, and with all them that thou hast hated. And I will even gather them round about against thee. Yeah, so when martial law break out, these race wars break out, alright, famine, pestilence, tribulation in the society, economic collapse, these nations gonna come up against Israel. Alright? Zechariah 14:1. Get there real quick. And then hop back to when we was in Ezekiel.
Because it's